Hi, I'm Julia, and this is a CAS reflection for middle school Bible study. Um, so, this was a really good week for middle school as well. Over the past month, um, be it as we've started the new year, we have started to um, involve student teaching, which is a really big deal in middle school because it's a really important stage in their development. Like being comfortable teaching and talking in front of a group and like developing ideas and forming opinions and being able to articulate them for everybody. So this week Tucker Cram taught middle school Bible study. Yes, he's a sixth grader. He's really sweet. He taught about water baptism and sins. It was very interesting to hear all of his opinions, and it was fun to be able to ask him questions in order to develop what he thought further. As well, it was definitely a way for us to teach him certain things I didn't quite understand about water baptism and sin. So whenever he would get stuck trying to teach, we would be able to step in and help him out, which was really fun. He had a great time, and all the students loved getting to hear one of their fellow scholars teach, which was so nice. So that was really great. Tucker was awesome. And I can't wait for the next group of students to teach, which is going to be Natalie and Taylor, or Natalie Chen and Taylor Conlosi. So that'll be really awesome. So let's go to my learning outcomes to see how I developed those this week. First one is undertaking new challenges. So the reason that this was a new challenge for me this week is that it was one of the first weeks that a student has taught. The reason that was so challenging and new is because it's new for me to be teaching regularly. So for us to be able to develop student teachers was definitely new. Having to work with them before they came to Bible study in order to teach them what makes a good lesson, like asking questions and having Bible verses on hand and like knowing it back and front in order to be able to answer questions for students. So that was definitely a new challenge, was having to not encourage, well, yes, encourage, that was an important aspect, but learning how to help them develop their opinions while not giving them answers outright, so that way they were able to develop it for themselves. The next one is working collaboratively with others. As usual, this is a daily struggle. It's always hard to work with other people, but also, just like I talk about in middle school or in high school Bible study, it is very rewarding to get to work with an amazing group of people. So this week, working collaboratively with others really came into play whenever we had to plan a middle school Saturday night. Usually we only have Saturday nights for high school, like for fellowship. No. Sorry. So we have decided to have a fellowship night for middle school Bible study, which is kind of interesting. So we have been able to develop some fun games and stuff. Collaborating on that was really difficult, but definitely something I'm looking forward to. Another thing, showing perseverance and commitment. Similarly to high school Bible study, it is really hard to get up every morning and know that I'm going to teach a group of students, or know I'm getting the opportunity to listen to one of my students teach. And so it takes a lot of commitment just to be constantly on call for the middle schoolers, because they often come to me with questions during the week, or like asking for prayers, which is something I love getting to do for them, but it is a lot of work. So that's something that has been challenging me this week, just being there for my students for things unrelated to Bible study, just like school stuff and stuff like that, just being ready to help them with whatever comes their way. The last one I have is considering ethical implications. This came into play this week because as Tucker Cram was teaching, he said some things that me and the other Bible study leaders didn't quite agree with, and so we sat down with him to talk through like where he got his beliefs, and not to judge him on that and not to persecute him on that, just to see how he develops his opinions, and be able to provide our own opinions, so that way he can either decide to change his or stand firm in his, which is something that we really encourage students to be open to change, but not necessarily compromising their beliefs. So that came into play this week because we always, like I talk about in high school Bible study, we always ask the Lord to put on our hearts what He wants us to say, and not let the students rely on things that are not God's word from us. So how I feel being part of middle school Bible study, man, I would say it's almost more of a challenge than doing a high school Bible study. I don't know. Yeah, I would say it's really challenging because the students are so susceptible, and they really just look up to you so much that it's a big responsibility to be teaching them, because they are like forming their own opinions and stuff. And so that's definitely something that's really challenging. I do feel very honored to have been asked to teach them. I would say that the thing that I take most out of middle school Bible study is just the wisdom that they have. The students are so young, but they are so wise and so kind and so forgiving that it's something that I really do like to take away from that. As well as just knowing that I can rely on middle schoolers as much as I can rely on high schoolers, which is really amazing and really nice to be able to do. So those are some things I take away from this week and this month, and I will report back to you with any new developments. Thank you.